Alright, so we're gonna bind these guys and let's see how well this goes. So I'm gonna select this from this hierarchy all the way up here. Now I'll select the gloves and I'll go to constrain, no, skin, bind skin, smooth bind, option box, the joint hierarchy, closest in hierarchy, dual quaternion, and interactive. But on top of that, max influences I want to bring down to 2 and hit apply. And now what this does is, yeah, it binds it, but we're gonna have to fix a few stuff here. Alright, so first off, we don't want this to follow. What we do is, what's quite handy is if we make sure that our rotations are zeroed out. Alright, our rotations are zeroed out, so I can rotate this out. And let's try using the hammer tool and see how that works. So we're going to take the verts here that are messed up. Let's go to paint skin weights, holding down right click, paint skin weights, and let's just hit the hammer tool, see how that works for us. Alright, so I'm going to hit the hammer. Did not do anything. Come on, hammer. Fudge. Okay, that did not work. So now the easiest way is to select this edge loop, convert to verts, then paint skin weights, select the influence that needs it, then flood 1. Replace and flood the value of 1. I'll flood that in. There you go, that's fixed. Now for this one, select this edge, paint the skin weights, oops, hitting Z. I want to convert this to verts, then paint skin weights, then flood this to 1 here, flood. Alright, so we have these fingers laid out well. Alright, I can zero this guy out. Now let's check this guy. Alright, so just one more piece here. So I'm going to select this edge, go to verts, paint skin weights, select the influence, then flood. Okay, we're still getting a bit of movement here. I'm going to select this edge, paint the skin weights, select the influence. Now I don't want to flood, well, I do want to flood 1, so I'm going to flood this. Oops, convert that to vertex. Alright, to vertex. Then paint skin weights and flood this 1. And finally this guy here, this 1 point actually, paint this, paint skin weights, select this influence, then flood 1. And there you have it, guys. That's it for the fingers, really. Not much to it. Yeah, everything else seems to be working fine. Now we have to check the wrist movement, and this is where it gets tricky. Alright, so I'm gonna select faces this time. Here, select this loop, grow that selection. Alright, from here, then I'm gonna convert this to verts, paint my skin weights, select this influence, then flood this with 1. So this time, when I move this around, yeah, it doesn't move as much. Alright, I might want to add a bit of influence though, so I'll take these, from here, grow my selection to verts, paint skin weights. Now I'm going to select this influence and I want to add a value of 0.05 and flood that. flood it twice, so I get like 0.1. And yeah, when I move this around, it will move that guy around just a touch. And yeah. Right, now it's just a matter of really checking if everything is working fine. Alright, we're having a bit of crashing here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this edge loop here and then convert this to verts, paint skin weights, select my hand, then flood this with 1. Okay, that did not work out well. Flood with 0. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to delete that guy. Or what we can do is I'll paint the skin weights here. Then I'm gonna select this influence. Then with my add, I'll go to a 0.05. Then I'll make my brush a bit smaller. Alright, just add in influence here. 0.05 is too small. 0.1. And just smooth out that surface. And there you have it, guys. That is working quite well. Alright. Now all we have to do is bind this here. So skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Then I'm gonna select this and over here. I don't think that's gonna work. See what happens if I no. Huh. Let's just try mirror this guy over. Nope, not gonna work. I'm just checking if I broke any weights. Alright, that looks fine. Yep, we're gonna have to do this manually, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna go in, separate the fingers. Alright, so I'm gonna select the broken verts. 2 vertices, paint skin weights, select the influence, and flood this with 1. Alright, then I'm gonna do the same with the verts here. Paint skin weights, select this influence, then flood. Now for here, I'm gonna select faces, convert to no, that's a messy way to do it. Let me frame this guy here. There, 2 verts, paint skin weights, select this influence, then flood. Select this part of the finger, then flood. Awesome. Alright, and it's just a matter of selecting those verts, selecting the influence, and flooding. I'm really sorry, my unit is slowing down, so just bear with me, guys. You know what? I think I should select this whole edge. So go to verts, paint skin weights, then just flood this. Zero them out, and that's good. Now for these guys, I'll go to these faces here. Throw that selection, 2 verts, paint skin weights, select my elbow joint, and then replace the value with 1. Now if I select this influence here, I want to add a value of 0.1. Now we should get the same difference. Select the proper influence, which is our elbow, and go to hard edge view and just smooth out that surface. Yeah, and that's it for the hands. Alright, now let's proceed to the hip area, because while I was testing this a while ago, I realized that our hip areas aren't really working that well. So let's just fix that a bit. I'm gonna delete my keyframes first. So delete these keyframes. I'm pretty sure you guys don't have keyframes anymore. So yeah. Wait. Why aren't you keying? Alright, so you guys are keyed. I want to go from here to here. Alright, and we're gonna work on one side, right here. So now, as you guys can see, we are not having enough influence. It's either that or we have too much influence. So let's just see how we can fix that. One more thing I want to add. So when we hit 20, I want this leg to move. Sting to the hips. Select influence. I'm just gonna add in some influence here, smoothing out this surface. Rigging. This is something you guys really have to get into, which is really painting weights. This is the holy grail of rigging for me, in my opinion. You can't get away without having to do this. Even if you have all the corrective joints or corrective shapes, I mean, you still have to do a little bit more weight painting. Some of you might find a way to do it without weight painting, but I assure you that is more work than just going in and painting the weights. So yeah, get used to it, you know, like it's quite relaxing really if you think about it. All you're really doing is just pushing points, pushing influences, and making things work. That's pretty much it. Just, you know, have some patience when it comes to stuff like this. So now I'm just smoothing out this surface, you know, exchanging weights, pushing down points, and seeing what works. Where are my corrective joints here? I'm gonna select this influence. I might want to add just a bit of that. So as you can see, these corrective joints help to take the points and pull them to their location, and they work really well, really well. So far, so good. Yeah, no problems with the overstretch. A lot of problems with compression here. I still don't like how that's pulling in. I'll try selecting a different influence. Select this guy. Try pulling these guys in. And finally, select influence. Alright. Damn it, still not getting what I want. I'm starting to lose the shape. Uh-oh. Okay, back to the hip. There are really just some things you can't fix, and these are the things you might have to do with corrective shapes, corrective blend shapes. But for this rig, I don't think I'm going to go that far. I don't think I have to. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with this. I can go back to the default pose and mirror this over. Just to check, double check that you're going from positive to negative, and it should be good. Yeah, again, when you're turning like this, it might be common sense to rotate your hips as well. It is a weight shift. There, rotate that. And translate this guy a bit. Yeah. You get that weight shift. When you do animate this, of course. Not now. This is just a weight painting. Okay, looks like we still have a bit of rogue influencing here. Let me just paint these skin weights. I'm gonna select this guy. Make sure he's got nothing here. Select this influence. Zero this guy out. Replace flood. Select the tip. Replace flood. Select this guy again. Why are you moving? Not supposed to be moving. Select the knee. Ah, there we go. Replace value of 0. That's not right either. Okay. Select the hip. Let's add 0.1. So yeah, when you run into something that doesn't work, just move them to, you know, really, what really helps is if you know your anatomy and if you know what moves with what, You guys will, for beginners, it's usually easy to see. I mean, it's kind of like common sense. It's not really common sense, but it's kind of like that. You know when something's weird. Yeah, you will know when something is acting weird, and hopefully you'll know where to put that. There's really no other way to explain it. You guys will have to study deformation and really get used to it, but yeah, it's pretty much weight painting, moving influences around, really smoothing out that surface. Yeah. And it's pretty time consuming, especially if this is something you've never done before. Like I've never rigged a minion before or anything with a similar shape and similar design. So yeah, this is coming off as quite a challenge to me. Another thing that might help is your line flow. If you guys are making your own characters, yeah, your line flow has to be, well, pretty amazing for everything to work out fine. Yeah. So yeah, watch out for those things. All right, like when you're doing stuff like this. Oh man, that looks weird. Damn it. So now it's time to remove influences. So I'll go to replace and zero out the influences that aren't supposed to be there. So this guy isn't supposed to move with the hip, basically. Whoa, that was too much. Yikes. I'm gonna add a little bit of influence here. Darn, I hope I can find that point. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's just subtracting and adding. But don't get used to subtracting and adding, just get used to, constantly adding influence. Because when you replace an influence and bring it to 0, it might jump to a joint that you don't want it to jump to. In this case, I'm just taking my... That is not a good strategy, but, it gets you by. It gets by. It gets you by. That looks quite okay. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks fine. Alright. So I'm done with this. I'm not gonna put in more time. Well, maybe for this area here. Paint skin weights. I'm gonna select this hip here. Just add in that influence. I'll do a 0.2 this time so we can go a bit faster. I guess that is as far as I'm gonna get with void painting for this guy here. Alright, mirror this guy out, and it should be working quite well. And finally, just zero out my, delete my keys. Alright, so in the next part, oh wait, before we continue, I just want to, oh, what happened here? Why do we have crashing all of a sudden? Alright, so I'm going to select this, select this guy. I'm going to go into skin, edit smooth skin, copy skin whites. And let's just move this guy around a bit, just to fix that. Don't know what happened here. Suddenly we have crashing. Make this guy bigger. Check for other signs of crashing. Zero this guy out. Alright. I don't think you guys have any crashing. Must have been something I did while I was not recording. Just modify the geo or something. Nothing too big. So yeah, we still have all that deformation. We should still have the same deformation. Yeah. Alright. So that's it for the body. And now let's just proceed to the shoes. We can actually copy over the pants now as well. I'll just select this and the hips and go to skin, bind, skin, smooth bind. Take my body, select my hips, oh my pants, skin, edit smooth skin, add in, copy skin weights, and everything should be alright. Yeah. Yep, that is looking amazing. Ideally, we would delete the geo that's under it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that later. Alright, so now this guy, let's just bind him. Select from here, select this guy, skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Let's see how well that went. Yep, pretty good, pretty good. Yep, everything's working out quite well. Okay. You guys already have that circle in there. I don't have it in yet. My PC crashed, so only one foot has a controller. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it, and yeah, don't worry about it. So there's this guy as well. Select him. This skin, bind skin, smooth bind, and we should be done. And that's it. Everything should be working. Everything should be fine. We're gonna proceed to placing in the last few controllers and finalizing our mouth rig and making sure everything works just fine. Yeah. Alright guys. See you guys in the next part. Cheers.